Sectadi Catholic TV, divinely inspired, fully Catholic.
Socio-économique. Si les difficultés énumérées plus haut sont solutionnées, monsieur le ministre, et que certains d'entre nous ont pu bénéficier d'une réinstallation qui leur permet de retrouver le goût de la vie, vous ferez faire un pas avec leurs réfugiés. Que Dieu bénisse le Ghana et se souvienne des réfugiés. Je vous remercie.
Very much. It looks like someone is tampering with the cable. Thank you. And please let's give him a round of applause as we invite Adu to do the translation for us in English.
So the chairman of the camp, Mr. Quinn, started by thanking the population of Ghana and the government of Ghana for receiving the Ivorian refugee when they flee to save their life during the war in 2011. And he said that after living here for almost 8 years, we are facing now some challenges. So we started to talk about the security situation in the camp. And he said that the fact that our camp is not fenced, women have no hope in this camp. And he's saying that even we have defilement in the camp because people are coming from outside, they come in the camp and do bad things in this camp. He also talked about education. He said that DAFI scholarship is not enough and it doesn't cover the need of all the refugees who have to continue tertiary. Hello? Said that the fact that we pass from the first to the English. Hello? Hello? So he also said that the fact that we pass from the English French school to the affected the life of certain students in this camp. So some of our brothers to go to school because when we came here, we're in SHS, but when we went to the English school, so some because they find that it wasn't good for them. Also, talking about the employment, he said that in Ghana, even the government of Ghana have a problem to get jobs for all the citizens of Ghana. So it's also difficult for them to find jobs for refugees who are in Ghana here. He also said that concerning the health situation in the camp, the fact that we don't have ambulance is making our health situation very difficult because some of the refugees die here, lack of ambulance. And the fact that we don't have all the equipment in our clinic, when we go there, they have to send us to another clinic. So it's also difficult for us. So he also said to him that he's pleading with the government of Ghana to also to convince those countries who used to resettle refugees can help us. It will also help the government of Ghana to take care of their own citizens. Thank you.
distribution of something, and it looks like the head of the refugee was just concentrating on one person. So one person was just receiving whatever was being distributed to them. They had a visit from an official from somewhere into Ghana, and to go to Canada. So the of the refugees are
Comment that was raised by the leader of the camp. I've been here for the past 5 years, and as far as the records show, there has been one rape recorded here, an adult, and the police. The case was reported to police for investigation to be conducted, but just that for the past 2 years, the suspects have not been apprehended. So that's just to put the record straight. The other issue of deferment. We record deferment cases here, and we work together with social welfare, DOFSU, and Ghana Police Service to immediately take action and then provide support to the victims. It is done almost any time it happens. But the other issue that I want to put on record is that it's not because the camp is fenced or it's not fenced. That is why there is deferment cases on the camp. Because the deferment cases that we have recorded and have been reported to the police are people who are on the camp, close relatives of the victims. So these are not Ghanaians coming into the camp because the camp is not fenced. So that's to also put the record straight. The last issue is that the issue of camping. We are moving away from camping refugees to integrating them in the communities. So it will not be appropriate to fence the camp and put it as if it's a prison or a detention center. So we will be sensitizing you on it. We've talked about this for the past 5 years that I've been here, that we are moving away from that kind of approach to refugee settlement. And we are looking at the community embracing you, living within the community as one people to foster the relationship that we need for peaceful coexistence. Thank you very much.
My fellow refugees, I wish you a very good morning. Let me render first a sincere apology for coming in late. In fact, I had a very equally important assignment which I have to offer at the District Assembly. So early this morning, I have to rush to the District Assembly to accomplish that work before coming. So if you see me coming in late, forgive me. Thank you so much. Exactly 1 week today, we met over here to show solidarity on how humanitarian we should exercise and exhibit towards the African child. Today too, we are here to celebrate World Refugee Day. And the venue for today's program in Ghana is no other place than Ampain Refugee Camp. Thank you so much, the organizers, for choosing this place for today's program. I went through the theme for this program, and it goes, taking a step with the refugee. Taking a step with the refugee. Yes? I hope it is give and take. If we should take a step with the refugees, then they should also take a step with us. So it is hand go, hand come. Thank you so much. Without wasting much time, I think already Ampain community, and for that matter, has taken a tremendous steps with our fellow refugees. I will just mention that film. In the first place, the commitment that Ampain community had to even accept our fellow refugees to our mess is a step, and it was a bold step that we have to take, because at that peak time when our neighbor from Cote d'Ivoire wanted a place to seek refuge, there was a whole lot of story that was hovering around Bujumbura. There were so much threats, armed robbery, a whole lot of cases which never even encouraged any community to accept another refugee to their fold. But we took a bold step to at least accept our fellow Ivorians to our mess. So I think it was a step in the right direction. Apart from that, as they came, we know they are human. At least they have to eat, they have to work. Something had to come to their market. At that moment of time, there was nothing. They have left their property, their resources, their treasures in the land of La Côte d'Ivoire, come with empty-handed, staying in our community. But at least, we are so human, we had that compassionate with them. We sacrificed most of our farms, most of our cassava plantations, our plantains, and whatever they needed to care for our fellow refugees. I think at that moment of time, we took a step with them. Our social amenities, I think they can bear with us. We have shared everything. Whatever we had in the community, we share with our fellow refugees. We have granted them access to our farmland where they can farm, get something in their pocket to feed their families. We have granted them access to our beaches, to our fishing. In fact, whatever that community is enjoying, I think they are also privy to all those amenities and facilities. So no wonder I can boldly say Ampain community has actually taken steps with the community. Yes. I think Mr. Churchill was telling us something about integration. Yes. Ampain community and our fellow refugees are much more than integration. We are more than brothers and sisters. I know most of my community, the youth, most of them have married in the community or in the refugee camp. They have their wives, their concubines, their whatnot in the refugee camp. So as they also have them in the community, we have more or less integrated than as it happens to be. Earlier, it is hand go, hand come. Ghana Refugee Board, on behalf of Ampain Refugee Camp, steps on behalf of the refugees to the community. They have extended much hands to the community. When you look at our health infrastructure over here at the refugee camp, they share it with the community. They have extended the school infrastructure, that is the school infrastructure. They have extended it to accommodate both the refugee and then the community. that is the students, to have their education over there. It's good in the right direction. Yes. They have also provided a security post, that is a police station, in our mess. No wonder, for so many years, we've not encountered any armed robbery, serious armed robbery in those communities, because we have the police to protect us, so we are safe. As a step in the right direction. We thank you so much, Ghana Refugee Board and UNHCR. Together with ADRA, I think they have also done very good work. Thank you so much. However, so they say, good is not good when expected. As we recount this numerous achievements, the steps that Ghana Refugee Board, the community, UNHCR, ADRA, and whatever, whoever matters most, has provided for both the refugees and the indigenous. I should think still there are more to cover, and I'll highlight at least one or two of these challenges that we face during or in terms of the process of the integration. They have provided us with a healthcare facility, but at least we need a physician assistant to man the place. Yes, it is true. Ghana Health Service has provided us with a physician assistant. Nurses are there working, but the question that we ask ourselves are, where are the drugs? Where are the drugs? Anytime you visit the health facility, the story that comes out is, we have diagnosed you, that is your illness, but we give you a prescription form. Go to the pharmacy and buy a medicine. This is one of the challenges that we think government has to address it passionately. Last week, we brought a whole lot of children under 8 years because refugee camp, Ampain refugee camp, is more or less 8 years old or more. So any child in the community who is less than 8 years means that that child is a Ghanaian, because our constitution has that one. So if they are Ghanaian children, then we have to cater for them as we cater for our Ghanaian children. We are appealing with government, the health ministry, to take a very close look at this particular challenge. The hospital is also there. There was a drama last week to signal that during the night or in the night, when you visit.
Good morning, representative of the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, dear brothers and sisters. I'm as WhatsApp representative of the Holy Father, Pope Francis. I would like only to quote from his message for the World Day of Migrants and Refugees 2019. Can be summed up in 4 verbs. And Holy Father repeats this every time. First, welcome. second, protect, first, promote, and fourth, integrate. Yet these verbs do not apply only to migrants and refugees. They describe the Church's mission to all those living in the existential peripheries who need to be welcomed, protect, promote, and integrate. If we put those four verbs into practice, we will help build the city of God and man. We will promote the integral human development of all people. We will also help the world community to come closer to the goals of sustainable development that it has set for itself, and that lacking such an approach will prove difficult to achieve. In a word, it is not only the cause of migrants and refugees that is at stake. It is not just about them, but about all of us, and about the present and future of the human family. Migrants, refugees, especially those who are most vulnerable, help us to read the signs of the times. Through them, the Lord is calling us to conversion, to be set free from exclusivity, indifference, and throw away culture. Through them, the Lord invites us to embrace fully our Christian life and to contribute each according to his or her proper vocation to the building up of a world that is more and more in accord with God's plan. And then Pope in the end gives his blessing. In expressing this prayerful hope, and through the intercession of the Virgin Mary, Our Lady of the Way, I invoke God's abundant blessing upon all the world's migrants and refugees, and upon all those who accompany them on their journey. Thank you very much.
We are